Um, Somebody's making a big mistake, or at least they're messing up the. See, I mean, people didn't understand. I guess there's no year date on anything. Um, Wood aircraft were metal. We didn't get the metallurgy or the metal hammered out. I mean, I had in superior metal, but wood was far well. Genetics and wood. I mean, originally metal was actually better a long time ago, but heavy and like there's just cast iron. That was all there was really. Um, I mean, I had high end stuff, but that's me. That's Lucifer Star. Of the 800 galaxies and all kinds of stuff, and the Lucifer Starship and um, LSF-A colony ship. But for most people, wood was the newest and best thing, and wood was better than metal because wood was cheaper and easier to come by. I mean, not really because you have to use unless you use pine, and pine's no good. You have to use hardwood, but you have to use steam or whatever. But a lot of people were using pine for a lot of stuff, and it's junk. You can't use pine really. I mean, somewhat, but for the most part, we used hardwoods for a lot of it, and that's one thing that they didn't realize is that we actually use hardwood and steam stuff. We use steam to change the angles. Nixon or JFK or somebody was trying to make sense of all the videos and all the movies, and they couldn't really understand anything about anything, and they didn't really realize how much time had passed, and or they were trying to cover it up, or they're just confused or whatever. Anyway, like I say, or maybe they're just trying to do a false history or whatever. I don't really know. But they're like blah blah materials. Well, I mean, they were always scarce. Like nobody knew about metallurgy. I mean, metallurgy is really hard, really, and so wood was a much simpler, easier thing to use, and in much greater supply, especially with the saws and everything that I invented. Um, originally wood. Well, I mean, with saws and saw power and everything else like that, you can do a lot of stuff. But I liked wood because wood didn't rust or anything else like that. And in the back in the old days, metal was always rusting, and it was almost impossible to do thin metal. Um, Without using like things like gold or something or blah 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 or some other mixtures of metal. So metallurgy was kind of like lacking on the earth. But wood technology was up there, and I was doing wood technology because well I liked wood. Wood was something I genetically created. So you know so wood was more common and wood was more durable for salt water and air and all that kind of stuff environments. Wood would actually last longer than most metal because most people didn't know anything about metallurgy, and they considered metal to be like this and crazy, insane thing that no one else had, but everyone wanted. So there wasn't that much wood, I mean metal, but there's a lot of wood. And through my air seeding projects, there's even more wood. So anyway, yeah, but whatever. Metal used to only come from one place in the world, and that was basically Germany. Well, Germany was the only place that wasn't psychotic enough to just kill everyone. So where we had laws and protection of science and all kinds of stuff. Everywhere else, it was basically like, so and that doesn't really help for the sciences really, when you're just going around basically like holding a gun or a knife or everywhere else in the world basically it was pretty much like this. It was like, and basically people don't really want to work for you if you have a knife to their throat, which is pretty much the way the rest of the world worked, was a knife to someone's throat. And basically they would go, jab, 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 jab. And you'd be dead, or you could work for them and basically... Anyway, it wasn't exactly a good world back in the old days, so at least not before me. So anyway, which is basically pretty much the way it was. So anyway, and I kind of broke it down and kind of changed it to where, I had metal and wood, so... Whatever. Anyway, when and when people were trying to kill me or kill my people, well, we retaliated. We had advanced things. So anyway, I had tons of stuff just lying around. Lots of airplanes just lying around, inventor or whatever. So I wasn't gonna die that easily. So anyway, and I rose to power, whatever, and my people rose with me and all that. And anyway, so and we protected our own and all that. We protect our own and basically, yeah. So anyway, the only thing that was lacking was on the wood was the lead paint or whatever. We needed some paint that would protect it and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, and the paint on the aircraft was very sophisticated. And eventually, because the lead paint didn't really work all that great, it didn't stick. It needed a special coating process, a 3-coat process or a 7-coat process before the lead would stick properly. And later on, we just went to epoxy or whatever. So anyway, the pursuit of covering my aircraft is what drove most paint research, and everything else was basically in order to make the wood strong enough or durable enough so you could use it in the rain. You needed to have, otherwise the wings would warp and everything would go bad. So in order to make them airworthy, during rain, and sometimes people were like, well, we were not supposed to take them out in the rain. I was like, I know, but these people are in trouble, so go ahead and take them out. Fuck it. And a couple times, like a lot of people didn't think they thought they could kill indiscriminately, and be under the cover of rain because they knew I didn't take my aircraft out in the rain because it would warp the wings and all that other stuff. And so a few times I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm sick of these assholes. Go get them. So my pilots were like, okay, we're rolling now. We're gonna roll. So basically I was like, so what? They'll warp the wings. They'll be fine. Just dry them out afterwards, or whatever. Let them drip dry. I don't know. Fuck. So there's a couple of times when people were going around killing people in the rain, because they knew I didn't take out my aircraft in the rain, and I surprised them a few times because it's like, yep, well, we're bringing them out in the rain. So they had to fly lower though, inside the cloud bank and all that other stuff, and basically we hit a couple people, that were killing and naming in the rain or doing bad stuff in the rain. So basically, because I didn't take my precious aircraft out in the rain. I was like, oh, my precious aircraft. I don't want to take you. Oh, okay, fine. Take them out in the rain. So a couple times my pilots were like, all right, we're rolling. In the rain and everything. So, yeah. So I hit a couple people in the rain and they're like, oh, shit, he will take them out in the rain. It's like, yep, well, if you're really killing that many people, we're going to roll in the rain. So anyway. So I was one of those leaders that was like, a lot of people were trying to do bad things in the rain and stuff like that, and well, to protect the people. So anyway, so yeah, that happened. So anyway, there's a lot of the history where a lot of people have been smacked down by me, where I was like, no, you're not going to do that. Because they knew I regarded my precious aircraft. They were my precious aircraft. They were very precious to me. But if you're shooting people in the rain and all that other stuff and going from door to door with guns, well, we're going to respond. Wet or dry. So, yeah. So it warped the wings. Anyway, oh well. We'll just build more. So we did. Anyway, so my aircraft flew in the rain and flew everywhere, and we had protective paint and all that. And it's a long, long history of basically Luftwaffe. No, not really. I mean, America, or it's not really America. It's me. It's Lucifer Star. It's all me. It's my aircraft. It's my inventions and my cameras and my everything, my people, and I love my people, and I didn't want them shot indiscriminately. So, yeah. Anyway, so I protected South Africa from South Africans, which were black, or just black people. Basically, and all kinds of things. Mostly the black people just basically ran around killing people mostly and covering it up. So whatever. Anyway, I don't really care. I'm tired, but I feel like going to sleep. But I make these records as history to basically tell what happened. I was the Air King, King of the Air, Lucifer Star. So. Anyway, they tried to take me down for 10,000 years or longer. Never could find me or kill me, so. Anyway, whatever. So. Anyway, eventually I had to buy America when I was taken hostage. Well, I named America, so and then I bought it, or bought the people that were going to kill me or holding me. It's like, how much money do you want? I love that, and I could pay more, so basically I took them over. So anyway, yeah.